Welcome back to Let's Read Judge Dredd. Today's episode is apparently a Christmas carol. I thought we just did this, but here we go again. Alright. Oh, but that tight-fisted hand at the grindstone Scrooge. A squeezing, wrenching, grasping, scraping, clutching, covetous old sinner. Hard and sharp as flint, and which no steel had ever struck out generous fire. Secret and self-contained and solitary as an oyster. Okay. The cold within him froze his features and spoke out in his grating voice. He carried his own love. What? Oh, he carried his own lone temperature always about him, and didn't thaw it 1 degree at Christmas. The wind that blew bitterer than he. Sorry guys. The wind that blew was bitterer than he, and pelting rain less open to entreaty. Sorry, I love this 3-paragraph opener. Nobody ever stopped him in the street to say, with gladsome looks, "My dear Scrooge, how are you? When will you come to see me?" The beggars implored him to bestow a trifle. No beggars implored him to bestow a trifle. No children asked him what it was o'clock. No man or woman ever once in all his life inquired the way to such and such a place of Scrooge. All right, and we've got a Santa saying Merry Christmas, Hypermart, and this guy down in the lower left corner with a season's greeting on his package. Oh, Lord. Even the blind news dogs appeared to know him, and when they saw him coming on, they would cower in their doorways and courts, and then would wag their tails as though they said, man, this is hard to read. No eye at all is better than the evil eye master. Okay. Control. You got one on hold. Yule Street, collector's license out of date. But what did Scrooge care? It was the very thing he liked, to edge his way along the crowded paths of life, warning all human sympathy to keep its distance, was what the knowing ones called nuts to the Scrooge. Once upon a time, all the good days in the year, on Christmas Eve, old Scrooge was busy at his toil. Dredd. Can't talk for nothing. Go to Mission Street, prisoner escaped from high security transporter. Responding. Transporter en route for Psycho Cube's prisoner. Brand Molly, a.k.a. Mad Brand, deranged and still dangerous. Take all caution. Chink. Chink. Marley, this is Judge Dredd. You can't get away. Come out with your hands up. Whang. You judges never leave a guy alone. All I want to do is see my family at Christmas. Let the man go, Joe. He only wants to be with his loved ones. Rico, my brother. Christmas is a time for charity and goodwill to your fellow man. Have you no heart, Joe? You had one once long ago. You felt the spirit of Christmas. Remember, Joe? We gave each other presents. We were but first-year cadets, clone brothers, with none to turn to for affection but each other. And we have a picture of my brother and me. I can't read all of it. And apparently a promise to polish your boots for a week from Joe Dredd. And something else I can't read. For a moment our hearts touched. That next day you went and reported us. I had to. We breached regs. You lost your soul, turned your back on the spirit of Christmas. We went our different ways. I chose the human race, and I paid the ultimate price for it. And you, Joe, you just as Molly wears his chains, also do you. You have fashioned them for yourself. Every mean and petty act is added to another link. Marley, get out of my head, Rico. I don't need lessons from a lawbreaker's ghost. Control. Marley now fleeing on East Chit Chat. On East Cratchit. Think I got a touch of concussion. Medwagon required. Damn, my eyes are fogging up. I can't risk a shot. Look around you, Joe. This is the reality of Christmas, a reality you have helped to create. Poverty, homelessness, misery, fear. See how they shrink back from you? And yet this human deprived of, and yet over all this human deprivation, the spirit of Christmas can still triumph, can still spark a flame in a poor man's heart. Merry Christmas, Judge. God bless you. Keep your blessings, creep, and put out that fire. No street fires. Yes, you had to be that every idiot who goes around with Merry Christmas. Yes, if you had to be that idiot who goes around with Merry Christmas on his lips, would be boiled with his own pudding and buried in a stake of holly through his heart. Not true. Holly's hard to come by these days. Yet it would be so different, Joe. You could be a friend of the people, not their enemy. Welcome at any table. I give you Dredd, the founder of our happiness. Long life to you, dear Judge, and a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you, citizen, and your good wishes cheer me beyond measure. If only I had learned long ago to look for the goodness in your hearts and not the bad. Thankfully, it's not too late to undo all the harm I have done. Enough of this madness. Madness. Marley. There he is. Got a clear shot now. Can't trust my eyes. Heat sinker. Ah!
Poor guy, what's he done? Didn't do... You don't have to do anything in this city. Merry Christmas, bub.
Control. Right with that med wagon. I think this one's more than a simple concussion. Control. Throat mic's gone. Been talking to thin air.
Joe.
Stop haunting me, Rico.
I have just one more thing to show you. The future, Joe. I think he's dead. Hooray! Thought he'd never die. I've always wanted to kick that scumbag. Damn your bones, Dredd. Grab a souvenir. Hurry, old Stony Faces got his own at last. It'll be a cheap funeral, that's for sure. There's no well wishes at Recyc for that rat. I'll go along if they provide a decent meal.
Is this how you
want to die? Mourned by no one, your only legacy, the fear and hatred you leave behind? Will the only way you gladden people's hearts be by your passing? Repent now, change your ways before it's too late.
For the last time, get out of my brain, Rico.
He's still kicking.
You're under arrest, Marley.
Only want to see my wife and kitties. Let him go, Dredd. Yeah, it's Christmas. Give the guy a break. Show some friggin' goodwill. And I ain't letting you take me in. Ah! I think he's dead this time. Let's make sure of it, lousy judge. Poor guy only wanted to spend Christmas with his kids. The poor guy ate his wife and kids. That's why he was in the psycho cubes.
Throat mic was broken. How did you...
Someone called in, said there was a judge in trouble. Guess there's still some goodwill left in this world.
Not from this quarter. Goodwill doesn't keep the... balls. Not from this quarter. Goodwill doesn't keep the streets clean. Round 'em up. Throw the book at 'em. Aiding and abetting, assault, larceny.
Which ones?
How the hell should I know? I still can't see straight. Take 'em all in for interrogation. They can spend their Christmas in a nice warm cube. Little gift from me. Now get me to the med bay. I got one hell of a headache.
And a Merry Christmas to all our readers. Okay, well, happy Judge Dredd Christmas, I guess. The end. See you next time.